One of our clients just closed a $12.4 million job that originated from one of our leads that we converted into an on-site appointment for this particular client. Now, in this video, I'm going to go through everything that led up to our client Anthony in this situation, even being able to bid projects of this size. Anthony's been a client of ours for the past 15 months now at the time of recording this video. And he was in dire straits when he came to us 15 months ago. Last year, he ended up closing out the year at 1.8 mil, and you'll see why that's significant as I dive into Anthony's situation here. I'm not going to dive into a lot of the personal stuff here, so I can do a more thorough explanation of the deal with, obviously out of respect to Anthony, not exposing too much information here. But definitely want to give you guys the inside scoop on what it is that we built for Anthony that, again, allowed him to even be getting in front of opportunities this big. So we'll go through it in chronological order, the systems that we set up for him, the ads that we were running for him, what the funnels looked like, what we were saying when we actually got Anthony's leads on the phone. So you guys can kind of try to see this from Anthony's point of view and how we got to this point here. I'm gonna switch over to the iPad now so we can kind of like visualize this together here on Anthony's situation, what we built for him, the timeline, all that kind of good stuff. You guys will see that pop up on the screen here in just a moment. All right, so obviously we got our client Anthony here. I won't be getting into any more personal details on him. All you're getting is his first name, just out of respect to Anthony here. So Anthony closes a $12.4 million job that we originated for him and generated for him. He's been a client of ours for the past 15 months. Okay, and prior to starting up with us, I feel like this is important to know, prior to starting with us, Anthony was only in business for about 2 years. It was only a 2-year-old business before working with us. So when Anthony came to us, and he originally booked a call with us, he inquired with us, and we ended up taking on Anthony as a deal, as a client, he was in a position where, you guys know this, the early stages of a business like this, land management, contracting in general, clearing, doesn't matter what you're doing, it can be pretty cutthroat. It can be pretty dangerous. The ups and downs are going to be very volatile. So when Anthony showed up to us, he told us that he had roughly a 4 to 5 month runway of, if nothing changed, if his phone stopped ringing, if he hit a rough patch, he was going to have to shut his doors. He was going to have to sell his equipment. He was going to have to lay off his guys. That was the position that he was in prior to starting with us. Now, first 3 months, what is it that we do right off the rip for Anthony here? We built a very simple 3-step funnel for him. And all of his work was coming from word of mouth and referrals, which is great. We love to see that. Anthony does great work, and we just had to amplify that. We had to get more people in front of Anthony's business and his brand so that they could know that Anthony did such great work, and then they could obviously hire him. So the very simple 3-step system right off the rip here. So number 1, meta ads. Okay, this job actually originated from meta ads, and the 1.8 mil that Anthony ended up doing last year, large portion of that was originated from meta ads and repeat customers from meta as well. Now, a lot of things that guys get wrong when they're running meta ads for their land management or excavation business is your messaging determines absolutely everything. So for Anthony here, we were running land clearing specific campaigns and site prep specific campaigns. So we were running specific campaigns and specific ad sets that spoke to a very specific buyer, a very specific in-market land clearing buyer, and a very specific in-market site prep buyer. So we could kind of hone in on the potency of the niche that Anthony was looking to sell more to, okay? So meta ads was on the front end, and by the way, we're not boosting posts, we're not having Facebook automate anything. We have full control, manual control over these ad campaigns and where every single ad dollar gets diverted to on these 2 platforms, Facebook and Instagram here, so that you can actually see results like this. First 3 months too of running Facebook and Instagram ads for Anthony, he cleared around 150K in the first 3 months. That actually, that was the saving grace right then and there for him. But okay, step 2. Meta ads, somebody sees one of the ads, they click on it. This is when they start to go through the funnel. So on the second step, we pre-qual everyone, okay? So on this step right here, this is very important because we want to deter as many people who are not serious and as many tire kickers as we possibly can. And now the only way to do that is to get them to vet themselves before we even find out that they're a lead, or we even know that this person's a lead in the first place. So we're gonna figure out all the good stuff. So like, where's the project located? What kind of work are they specifically looking to get done? How long they've been looking to get it done for? Is there a budget that they're trying to stay within? How many other bids have they gotten? And questions like, how many other bids have they gotten? This is what actually starts to deter tire kickers. Okay, so we asked somebody how many other bids they've gotten. Somebody tells us they've gotten, let's say, 10 other bids, right? When we get someone on the phone, you better believe the first thing we're going to say is, okay, you've gotten 10 other bids. Did you not like the price? Can you not afford to do this project? Or did you literally hate every single contractor that came out here and bid the project for you? What's going on, right? So we'll set traps like that to, again, deter tire kickers. And then our next step here, give our in-house sales team all the ammo that we need to qualify somebody on behalf of your business and then further qualify them as well. So for Anthony here, we called all of his leads. Everything that we generated for him from Facebook and Instagram ads, we called all of it. We sent them through this entire process right here to when we got them on the phone and then converted them into an on-site appointment. Okay, so when we got all of Anthony's leads on the phone, obviously we had information from the pre-qualification form, so we would use that to confirm their information, obviously, make sure all that information lined up and was actually accurate, but then we had a whole lot more ground to stand on and information to work with to make sure that this is actually somebody who Anthony would want to do work with and could actually go out and bid, and that they would, you know, somewhat be able to maybe afford the project, or they actually knew what they were getting themselves into. Now, most people and a lot of people, like, they just stop like right here. Like, they just stop, like, they'll set up the meta ads and then they don't pay attention to anything else after the fact, which these conversions from 1 to 2, from 2 to 3, and then 3 to this should be 4, that's where the money's made. That's where deals actually close, is through this conversion rate here. And it doesn't, and so many people, they just think it just stops like right there when it really shouldn't. So again, first 3 months of running this system specifically for Anthony, he was able to lock up a little over $150K in new cash in those first 3 months just from this system here. Fast forward to the end of year for Anthony, and he closed out the year at 1.8 mil in revenue. Okay, now, as you could probably imagine, somebody who was on the brinks of closing their doors probably was not doing 1.8 mil the year prior. But again, all we did, pretty simple fix. Simple funnel system, funnel structure, and conversion structure, so we could actually get not only just a lot more people. There's right here, when you start running meta ads, that's the good thing about them, is that you can show those ads to so many people at the same time. And there are so many people that are in market looking to buy your services that normally there's a very fast volume pop, okay? And so Anthony was able to experience that here. Again, fast forward to the end of the year, Anthony closes out the year at 1.8 mil, with the majority of that attributable back to us. And then April of 2026, he secures deposit on the $12 million job. It was a $300,000 deposit that he got in April of 2026. Now, since you've seen this video now, he's since started this job, and depending on when you're watching it, he might still be on this job. This is going to be a 3 to 4 year project for him that's broken up into about 3 phases. The first main phase was a lot of dirt that had to get hauled off site, which was cheap. That was roughly like 100K, I believe. And then this phase 2 was the clearing portion of it, where he's clearing 80 acres. And then the third phase is the site prep portion, which is roughly like that's the majority of the 12 million bucks that's going to keep him on this job here for the next 3 to 4 years. But then now, what do we do? Like, now a lot of people are like, okay, like, what do I do? I can't like just be reliant on this project right here. And Anthony realized that. So what we started to do like immediately for him when he closed this, when he got that deposit, hiring campaigns for Anthony. Now, what Anthony needs 5 operators and 2 project managers. Okay, so we're running the hiring campaigns for Anthony to get him the operators and the project managers also, because not only is he going to just have a portion of them on this large commercial project, but he's going to continue to keep ripping the appointments that we're sending to him and keep closing those deals, the residential ones, his light commercial ones as well, so we can keep another crew completely doing that on top of this large project as well. So, I mean, as you can see, like this was like a very like just 30,000 foot view overview here of what we were able to do for Anthony in a pretty short period of time. Now, also along that route as well, one thing that Anthony needed was an SEO optimized website. So that was something else that we were able to do for him, and we actually got him ranked for certain keywords in his area as well. And obviously, like that's going to be important because a sophisticated buyer that's going to be dropping 12 million bucks on a project like this, like you better believe they're going to do their research on you. So having a good flywheel in place is going to be important for this also. So that guy, he originated from a Facebook lead. So the 12 mil job, he came from Meta, okay? And we called him, our in-house sales team called this lead here and converted him into an on-site appointment. Now, prior to that on-site appointment that this guy had with our client Anthony here, you better believe like he was looking Anthony up. He looked him up on Google, looked at his website, looked at the project portfolio on his website, and basically all that, like just that digital asset alone was able to validate to this buyer that this guy was essentially going to be like the guy for the job. Like this guy, he's reputable, he has the experience, he has the know-how. This guy is definitely in the running here for what I'm looking to get done. And again, if Anthony didn't have that in place specifically to capture like a buyer like this, his attention, who knows if he would have gotten it or not. I'm sure all Anthony, in this case, all he needed to do, Anthony's an incredible salesman. He's very good at what he does, so he doesn't even have to try to sell at all. Makes it very easy for him to close deals anyway. As you can see, I mean, as soon as we launched the campaigns for Anthony, when he first started with us, 150K, I mean, in the first 3 months. I mean, obviously the guy knows what's up. He knows what he's doing. So he's got that going for him as well. Now, I'll break down some of the meta stats here on exactly how much Anthony spent and you know what this return kind of looks like. Obviously, what he spent is pretty minimal to what he's gotten back in return at this point. But just in ad spend alone, I believe Anthony spent somewhere around 30K over the past 15 months. I think it might be a little bit more, but we'll keep it conservative here. We've gotten Anthony just over 600, I think it was a little more than 650 leads from that. And we booked him, I want to say 220, approximately 220 on-site appointments, which again, then translates into the huge amount of revenue that he did last year, and then just one of those being a $12 million job. So pretty simple here. If you guys have any questions on what went into this as well, I know this was like a pretty quick overview here. I'll probably be releasing another version of this as well because there's a lot to cover here, but wanted to keep this one short and sweet. Again, Anthony, we didn't reinvent the wheel here. We didn't do anything that crazy for Anthony at all. We just put the right system in place for him and just let him do what he's good at, which is show up to more on-site appointments, close deals, get the project done. Just do what you're good at, and look at what happened because of it and having the right system in place. So hope you guys got a lot of value out of this. If you guys want to see if maybe you'd be a good fit to work with us, there's a link down in the description of this video. You can fill out a quick application and book a demo call with us. You'll probably be speaking with our sales director, Brendan. We'll ask you a whole bunch of questions about your business, see if we'd be a good fit to partner up here, and if we can start amplifying what you're good at as well. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you guys enjoyed what you saw here, and catch you in the next one.